Gemini guitar. This happens to be one of my versions of the Gemini that has a semi-hollow construction, and I have several different ways of voicing these guitars via chambers inside. And just a word about that. These chambers in my guitars are tuned to a specific resonant frequency. They are not random pockets or holes inside. If there's a chamber in one of my guitars, it's performing a predetermined role, and I've developed an electronic means to test the primary resonant frequency of any hollow spot I put in the guitar. By these means, we can voice this same body shape a number of different ways to satisfy a client's needs. This one happens to have a one-piece big leaf maple, quilt maple top. It's rough sanded now, so you may not be able to see the figure, but this is a gorgeous top. And again, back to our Honduras mahogany back. And it will receive binding around the edge, the top will be carved, etc., etc. So at this stage, my job is to true up the edges, the perimeter of the body, after which we'll take it over to the duplicarver and rough out the carve. Then I'll generate a ledge around the edge for the decorative binding. You can see I've already put ivoroid binding around the F-hole. It will have matching trim like that. So we put it in the device, and we use our hand to check for any ripples. And I will use hand blocks, air sanders to true it up. I'm not going to sand it now because we don't want dust on that lens. All the magic really does happen at the bench. It's kind of where the rubber hits the road, because anybody can really learn how to, sand wood to a given thickness and glue it together. But where we take it from there is where I think the magic happens, and I love it. As I said, the magic really does begin to happen at the bench, and that is because there is just personal connection between the artist and the work, and each one of them has little things about it that really make it unique, and that comes from the hands. And I've been doing this full-time for over 34 years, and I've worked on many tens of thousands of guitars, and whenever somebody devotes a career to something, you get a sixth sense. And my DNA is in this. It's a product of my sixth sense. Any of these bodies is representative of the sum total of my experience. Now, I've already explained that the chambers inside a guitar, if there are any, are tuned to a specific resonant frequency. That assigns them a job that is audible through the amplifier. But in addition to that, this body here is the result of me specifically choosing the top and the body for matching resonant characteristics. These pieces of wood are not pulled off the top of a stack. They are sorted and tested, joined together so that they vibrate as a team in the way that I want. The sound of an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar really is the result of phase enhancements, phase cancellations. Some frequencies are boosted and made strong. They have girth. Other frequencies are intentionally dipped down, and in fact that's what this chamber is doing, is really dipping the mid-range in a certain place to give me a sound. All in all, my goal is to imagine a tone in my musical imagination. When I can hear that sound in my head, I can proceed to build the guitar, and I know what this is going to sound like through the amp. It's taken me 34 years to get there. Acoustic makers, orchestral string makers, they all know about this sort of thing. A little bit unique in the electric guitar field. I'm the single father of my best friend I've ever had. He's currently 9 years old. And we have a very very tight relationship. It's almost as if we've known each other for decades already. And he's a driving force behind my creative process now. He's excited about what I want, what I do. He has no interest in doing it himself, which is fine with me. But any parent that's watching this can appreciate the fact that when you have a loved one standing behind you, it's magic.